Hey, what's up, y'all? I don't got much time for this dream explanation because I got work soon, but, but, it was crazy, so I just want to talk about it. So, one of my new, this is like a very realistic dream, by the way. Like, it involves real people. So, one of my new roommates, he asked if I wanted to go to get uh, dinner with him, even though it was like 8 in the morning. And I was like, what? Why is he calling breakfast dinner? And then I asked him, sure, yeah, I'll join you for breakfast. I called it breakfast, even though he called it dinner. And then he said, oh no, I'm going for breakfast at night. So uh, he said something like, I'll be doing something else later tonight. So he was calling dinner breakfast and breakfast dinner. I don't know why, but you know what? I was like, at this point, yeah, well, let's just roll with it. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I'm like, yeah. Also, I'm gonna turn down the audio just a bit. I did a test recording and audio was a bit high, but then again, nothing else is really happening in the video. It's just my voice. But anyway, so I agreed to go to dinner with him, which was like right now, because like I mean, in the dream, like right now, because the dream takes place in the morning. So we agreed to go to McDonald's. But then, as it turns out, I lied to you. This wasn't the start of the dream. At the start of the dream, I was actually dealing with bugs in my room. That's right, bugs. There were multiple bugs in my room. One of them was this big fire ant looking thing. I think fire ants are supposed to be like really small. So I think this fire ant was like way bigger than a fire ant's supposed to be. Still like the size of an ant for sure, but it was like a mega ant. It's big for ant standards. And then there was another ant moving around. I also thought it was a fire ant, just another type of fire ant, but it had this really big head. But then I looked it up. It's actually, I in the dream I called it mentally a fire ant, but it's actually an African big-headed ant. That's right. There was a big-headed ant running all the way around my room, and it was ginormous for ant standards. Oh my golly. They were like the sizes of probably slightly a bit smaller than roaches, like real life cockroaches. So that was terrifying, and they were running really rapidly all across the floor of my room, and they were scaring the heck out of me. I think in the dream, I just woke up, or in the dream's reality, I just woke up, and these things were running all across my floor, and I was like, moving my feet around, trying not to get in their way. It was so scary. And then there was this third bug. I think this one actually was a type of beetle, like a brown beetle. Yeah, it looks something like this. I don't know what the heck kind of drugstore beetle? I don't know, man. A June beetle. Yeah, yeah. Is that the same as like a June bug? June bug. I thought June bugs were only green. And yeah, June bugs are also more round as well. But the one in my dream was a bit more flat, like the bug that makes red dye in Terraria? It sort of looked like that. But anyway, yeah, this is a really good picture of it. So it actually is a June beetle. So there was three bugs, right? Uh, Normal-headed fire ant, African big-headed fire ant, and the June beetle, all running across my floor. Oh yeah, by the way, even though it was an African big-headed ant, it still had like the colors of a fire ant. It was like bright red. Fire ant. Yeah, it looks about right. Except the fire ant was bigger, of course. But anyway, let's just look at this so you get a sense of the vibe of the room right now. So I was dealing with this in my room, and I was trying to figure out what to do to stop these bugs. But then I remembered, in real life, like a couple weeks ago at this point, I think, wow, time moves fast. I bought myself a weapon to kill bugs. It's not very effective though. It's a claw, like a grabber claw that you pull a trigger on the handle and it closes a grip at the end of a stick. And my plan with that is to grab a Clorox wipe, get the claw, use it as like a staff, and just bonk the bugs with it so that when I kill them, I'm not hitting them with the claw directly because then I'd have to clean the claw. I'd still have to clean the claw regardless, I suppose. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be as efficient as possible. The biggest thing that matters is that it's a long range tool that also has the ability to like, it's easy to control. But anyway, but that's besides the topic. Actually, not really. It's not really besides the topic because it'll come in handy later in the dream. But anyway, I agree to go out to dinner with my roommates. I'm back up in my room, but then I realize, yeah, there's no way I'm going to dinner before killing all of these bugs first. So I grab my claw. I put a Clorox wipe on it. Wow, those details I just described actually ended up being relevant a lot sooner than I thought they would be. But anyway, I start getting to work. I start trying to bonk him with the stick. Oh, also, my other roommate, he's just lying on my bed in my room. He's wearing like a beanie. He takes it off. Receding hairline. What? Why is he like bald as well? Or like, I guess not like super bald. He's got like that shaved head. Or he got like the little hair stubs. But he normally has like longer hair than that. He has like not a receding hairline. He has a thicker hair. So I don't know what the heck he was doing with the receding, like almost balding hair, but whatever. I also don't know why he was in my bed. But besides that, let's not get into the implications of that. So he doesn't help at all, by the way, with trying to kill the bugs. He's just lying there, just watching me try to bonk these things, by the way. So I'm just out here fighting the hard fight. And then there's this even thicker beetle that appears, like this really wide beetle. And just think the June bug, but wider. Yeah, just the June bug, but you take the lateral axes of it and just scale it up. I've been doing a lot of Blender recently. So that bug joins the party. I also start trying to bonk it. I feel a little bad for that one. I actually hit it, but I don't hit it super hard because I just want to like stun it so I could carry it out of the room eventually. And I think my roommate's like, what? Why'd you kill that one? The one lying in my bed. What? Why'd you hit that one? That one's cool. You know, it's not as much of a pest as the other one, I suppose, even though it's literally just a bug is a bug, you know? But it was a cool looking bug because it was like a big shield beetle. But anyway, I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I try to carefully take the bug and take it out of the room. But I think what happens next is, first of all, a Hercules beetle appears. Or something like this. I was going to look up a Madagascar hissing cockroach, but that's not really it either. But anyway, it's a big, aggressive looking beetle. Oh, is it a rhinoceros beetle? Yeah, it's a rhinoceros beetle. Okay, so this rhinoceros beetle also appears on the floor, but it's just running around, and I can't deal with it right now because right now I'm dealing with the big shield beetle that I just stunned and possibly killed with my claw. So I start trying to grab it with my claw to carry it out of the room. Also, there's still the Clorox wipe on it. And then the craziest thing happens. Was it the big-headed ants that grabs it? Okay. No, I think it was actually the rhinoceros beetle that grabs it. So then there's like this mouse with the Mob Psycho 100 mob haircut on his head. It's like a wig. It's a big white mouse or rat with a Mob Psycho 100 wig. It's a new character. It grabs like the front of the shield beetle, and then the Hercules beetle grabs the back of the shield beetle. And they're like tugging on it. It's like a tug of war. I'm not too sure if it was the rhinoceros beetle grabbing at the end of it or the African big-headed ant. But anyway, there's a tug of war happening over the shield beetle. And they're pulling it apart. And I'm thinking, oh no, they're going to tear it in half, aren't they? So I take my claw and I squeeze the beetle in the middle of the shell to try and stop it from being pulled away. And I'm hoping that the two parties pulling at it give up. But then they don't really give up, and I give up like instantly. I hold it in place for like a second, but then I'm like, they're not going to give up, are they? So I let go after like a second, and then they slowly tear the big shield's beetle in half, and I'm like, oh no, there's guts. Oh, there's guts. Except it didn't really look like there were bug guts coming from the middle of the beetle. It looked more like a solid gelatinous mass of just dark brown. The inside was just a solid dark brown. Which, now that I think about it, kind of makes it look like it's like a fake cake. You know, it looked like a beetle, but it was actually a cake. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen those fake cakes. But anyway, or I mean, I guess fake objects that were actually cakes underneath. So yeah, I mean, the texture on the inside wasn't bright or multicolored enough to look like a cake because it was just one solid black mass. But then again, maybe cakes have some sort of different texture that I'm not aware of, or different types of cakes exist out there. Regardless, the beetle is torn in half. I don't know why I said that so vindictively. It's because I'm trying to get back on track. So, the mouse has one half. The Hercules beetle has the other half. I'm struggling out there, man, in this room. And then I like go behind my dresser or something, which I don't know how that's possible. It's supposed to be behind the wall. And then I see around the corner a tiny little raccoon. And it's just standing completely still, and it's got an angry look on its face. And I'm like, oh, that's intimidating. And then it quickly runs around to the bend of my leg behind my knee and then bites me right there. And I'm like, oh, that's rabies. That's rabies. That's like me quoting myself in the dream. That's rabies. That's rabies. And my roommates are like worried, and they're like running to me and attending to me. Or at least the guy on the bed starts tending to me, which I don't know what the heck that means. Is he like on my shoulder or whatever? I don't know. I don't know where my other roommate that I agreed to go to dinner with is. But yeah, I'm just staggering to the ground. I feel some sort of tingling in my leg where the raccoon bit me. I don't even know if it's really rabid. It wasn't foaming at the mouth. The weirdest thing about the raccoon was just that it was, first of all, in my room, and second of all, apparently really aggressive, because it was just standing there looking right at my eyes with a mean look. Yes, my eyes. So, I don't know for sure if it had rabies, and I don't know what the behavior of an animal with rabies is like. I'm just thinking this is really unnatural behavior and rabies causes it. So it's probably rabies. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Jover for me. I'm gone. I'm done. And also, I forgot to mention this, but at some point in the dream, there actually was like a tiny little cockroach also running around the floor. So yeah, it's actually, in the dream, it was a smaller cockroach than the cockroaches I killed in my last video where I talked about killing cockroaches. So that was interesting. But yeah, that's just a tiny little detail. Just another, NPC character running along the floor. But yeah, my right leg feels tingly. I start getting sleepy. I kneel to the floor. I close my eyes. And then I wake up. And my right leg in real life does feel tingly at the spot where the raccoon bit me. Or scratched me. Or did both. I don't know, because I didn't see it when it went behind me. So, I got up. My right leg started feeling normal again, and then I started recording this video. That was disturbing. In real life, I haven't seen too many bugs. No, I've seen a few bugs in my room. In real life, what kind of bugs have I seen in my room? I've seen, actually very early on when I moved in, I saw a mite. That's right, just a red mite walking on my laundry basket. Yeah, it looked like this. Except these look like microscopic mites. This was like the size of, you could say, like a baby ant. It was big enough for me to see with the naked eye. Just this little red dot. And then I counted its legs. Yeah, it was 8 legs. Mites are arachnids, so they have 8 legs. Yup, that was a mite. Specifically one that looked pretty much a lot exactly like this. So that was the first guy. Then there were a couple of ants in the weeks after that. Thank God they were just scouts though. There wasn't a full-blown invasion of my little pantry that I got in my room. And after that, there were like a couple of little itty bitty flies, like, I forgot what they're called, white flies? No, that's a different thing. Yeah, they're just really little flies. What's that fly that doesn't, it's not as big as a house fly, it's smaller, but it looks like this, but black. Let me guess, it's called a black fly. That is not a black fly. Okay, whatever, man. It basically is just a black or like, oops, yellow amber version of this white fly. So I saw a couple of those in my room. They're really sluggish flyers though. One of them, I was eating Panda Express in my room and it flew right onto my orange chicken and I had to discard the chicken. It went straight, like a beeline, straight for my chicken. So aggressive, so predatory, so, so predatory. Piece of orange chicken, bro. It's not exactly an antelope. Then I discarded the chicken and killed the fly. And of course, you remember my greatest foe by far, the 2 cockroaches. There are not enough spiders in this house. Not enough spiders in my room. I look around, not a single spider web. Gosh dang it. You know, this is why this is why I need to go to Australia, kidnap a couple of huntsman spiders and just airdrop them into my room. Or I guess hand drop them. Or if I, then it's an airdrop. But anyway. Hopefully I'm not so distressed about bugs in the future because this is going to keep happening. I'm going to keep encountering bugs in my room. It's an amphibia up here, man. So there's not really much I could do except cope with it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video of my dream. I can't believe I've had this many weird dreams that are worth talking about. And I'll see you guys again at McDonald's for dinner. Thank you.